Hello. Okay, so I've been working on a application that'll help me learn how to code in Python a little bit more. I'm a very big fan of the anime Solo Leveling. I haven't read the manga, but I'm a big fan of the anime. I decided I wanted to build a architect system similar to like the one in that show to teach me how to code in Python. I've gone ahead and hooked it up to an audio source, so I don't actually need to type anything. I can literally just say certain keywords and it will allow for the system to pop up and do things. For example, if I was to say um, menu, there it is, right? So my system menu pops up. I'm not touching anything. It just kind of popped up, and I can go through and mess around with different things. I'm also working on a daily quest, and I'm on the last of three. So every day it will give me three different quests, but they're predetermined coding challenges. And I'm on the last one here, which is summarize the scroll. I haven't read this, so I have no idea what I'm getting into here. But when I open this up, it'll explain kind of what the uh, the plan is here. And so I can hit the begin button and it'll start a timer because quests are timed. So for this one, I have 15 minutes as par. It's a difficulty level 3. I'll get 44 experience for it, which I'll come to in a second. But it's a par 15, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this. And we got everything right here. So what do I need to do for this one? This is hopefully I'll just speed through this, but we'll leave me here just in case somebody wants to listen to me try and struggle through a coding challenge. A scribe needs to summarize scrolls. Given a string of words separated by spaces, write a function to summarize words text that returns a summary string that is the exact format. Words end first and last, where n is the number of words. First is the first word and with its first letter capitalized, reset lowercase, and the last with fully uppercased. Okay, so we want the first word. So we're counting the length, and we're giving the first word and the last word, and we're capitalizing the last word. Fun. Okay, so we need to get a couple different variables here. The first one I'm going to make is going to be words, and that's just going to be a integer. So let's go ahead and do text. Actually, we can just do length text, couldn't we? No, that's not going to work. What if I did int? Turn it into a number. Okay, so that will give me the length of words as a number, in theory. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I am curious. What would that come out as? Am I allowed to see this output? No. This is the tricky part. I don't know how to I don't know how to test a program. I've got it. So if I pull it up here, Quest, and take a look at it, it will kind of explain it a little bit, but I can run tests, but I only get so many attempts. That way I'm not just sitting here changing one thing, running tests, changing one thing, running tests, because then I'm not really learning something. I'm just kind of rapid firing. That is a way to test stuff, but it's not a good way to learn because that way I'm not actually reading anything. I'm just kind of changing one thing constantly until it works. You don't learn that way. So I have that kind of set in here. Words is a variable. I just turned it into an integer and gave it the value equal to the length of text. So that's not going to work though, because that's going to give me the entire thing. Crap. I might actually have to pull up a web browser and look that one up. Oops. We're going to edit that later. Okay. Jumping over to Stack Overflow. All right, so if we do text, it was right. It was text.split. Oop, there's an S there. There we go. Yeah, if I don't want it to split by anything, I guess I do this. If I wanted to split it by the letters, I do that, which I don't want to do. We're going to put an error test in here. So if words equals 0, return empty scroll. Sorry. Okay, so that takes care of that. So it's going to run a test really quickly. It's going to check to make sure that the length of the word split is a certain number. If that's equal to 0, it's going to just return empty scroll. And that way it doesn't run through the rest of the code on me there. That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. Oh. This needs to just go away. There we go. Stop doing that. All right. So words equals length. I've got the total number. So I've got a words total now. Now how do I pick out the first and last word? Is it like an array? So in JavaScript, this is the way I convert it, is that in JavaScript, if I was to do something like this, I would be taking an array of some kind. And I would literally grab the value of 0, which would be the first word, and then the value of -1, and that would give me the first word and the last word. It's kind of giving me the answer here. So it's saying first word equals text split, and then we're grabbing the last one and capitalizing it. So yeah, we can do that. That's fine. Let's go ahead and done it, and let's do last word as well. You know what? We're just going to copy this. Don't need to overcomplicate things. Last word, text split equals -1. And we are going to, oops. We don't want to capitalize because capitalize is, upper is what I want. Okay. And then we're going to return. We don't need that last one there. That's what we need. So we're going to return. This is just saving me typing it out. So F allows me to grab different variables from within this same variable, this same function. Words is just the text that's going to be in there, and we're grabbing words, which is up here. First is going to be the first word, which is scroll split, array that capitalized it, which will just do the first letter, and then last is the last word, which we're grabbing here, which we're splitting. Array 0 gives me upper as the last. So we're going to save that, and hopefully this works, unless it's got some sort of an issue somewhere. Oh, I needed to if else. That's why. There we go. And then we're gonna take this, oops, bump it up 2, throw it in right there, save it. We got to make sure this is formatted properly, otherwise we're gonna have some problems. I also need to tab these all in so that they function properly. This one can come back 1. That seems clean. No errors there. Let's test it. Quest. So we're gonna run the test. Yes, we passed. First try. Speed bonus. So I got a speed bonus there of an extra 10 experience and 14 extra gold. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Nice. So if I go over to my stats now, I have 100 gold. So good. I just leveled up. And I'm on my way to level 4, which is my great streak there. I'm not going to assign my points yet, even though I can see what they all do. Now I can go shopping. I have 100 gold. What am I going to buy with 100 gold? I can buy a random blessed box. Nope. I still have a daily left. I still have one more daily. So it does also give me a concept question, which pops up. It's just a multiple choice question. So in Python, what does calling upper on a string return? It modifies the original string in place, so all letters become uppercase. That is what it does. Um, returns a new string. Oh, no, it doesn't modify the original string. It returns a new string. It does return a new string. I am so good at this. Amazing. Amazing. Nice. Okay. I feel like going shopping. And we are going to actually, how much gold do I have? I feel like I got more gold from that. I got five whole extra gold for that one. Um, as tempting as it is to go shopping and buy some stuff, I think I'm gonna hold off for right now because I've got no items. I've got no. I've got some skills actually. I finally got skills. So this is actually a neat thing where the more I use certain parts of the code, it will increase how much I use them. And it also works as like a spell book for me. So I can go back and read things like a function definition or using DEF is how you define a function. If I wanted to use F string, well, F is the is what goes before a string when you're calling in variables from outside of that string. So if I wanted to, for example, here where I'm pulling in words, which is actually this variable right here, or sorry, this variable right here, um, if I want to pull this in later on, I can't just grab words and put it there because words is itself a word. So I need to put the brackets around it. And if I put the brackets around it without the F, it's going to assume this is some sort of a function. It's going to give me an error because it can't find it. But if I do F and then that, it knows that this is a variable that's within the same function, and it'll pull it and bring it back into the string to return it. But it also shows how many times I've used this in certain challenges, and it will actually increase my level of understanding. So right now I'm a novice with all of them because I just started this. But as I keep going, it will increase to novice, intermediate, skilled, and then master. And then I've got my archive, which is just all the past tests I've done. I've only done 3 days worth. I did miss one. I did answer this, and then I reset, and I forgot to answer it before my timer elapsed, but I did get the answers right here. So yeah, this is what I've been working on, and it allows me to keep track. I learn something new every day. It's a gamified version of it, and I'm just having a lot of fun with it. So hopefully this can build up to something a little bit more than what it currently is. But for right now, I'm having fun learning, and I'm gonna kind of keep playing with this until it's something I feel comfortable letting other people use. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there.